Orette Bruce Golding, born December 5, 1947, is a former Jamaican politician who served as 8th Prime Minister of Jamaica from September 11, 2007 to October 23, 2011. He is a member of the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, which he led from 2005 to his resignation in 2011. Early life. He is the son of Tatius Golding and Enid Golding, both teachers. Bruce was the third of 4 children. The second, the only girl, died shortly after birth. In 1949, when he was only 2 years old, his family moved to St. Faith's district near Browns Hall, St. Catherine, where he spent the next 5 years. In 1955, his mother accepted a teaching post at Alpha Academy in Kingston. This necessitated that the family relocate to Kingston. As a child, Golding grew up in a political environment. He was only 2 years old in 1949 when his father was first elected as a member of the House of Representatives for West St. Catherine, a seat that he retained for 22 years until his retirement in 1972. Tatius Golding was the first Speaker of the House in independent Jamaica and also served as Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Housing. Education. Bruce Golding spent 5 years at St. George's College and later transferred to Jamaica College to pursue A-level studies. In April 1966, Golding served as the school's head boy, and as such was a member of the party that welcomed Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia to JC. He entered the University of the West Indies, UWI, in 1966 and graduated in 1969 with a BSc degree in economics, second-class honors, majoring in public administration. Personal life. Golding married Lorna Charles in 1975. They have 3 children, Shireen, Stephen, and Anne Marita. Golding practices Anglicanism. Politics. Golding was the chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, before he and others felt the need to split and form a new party, the National Democratic Movement, NDM, in 1995. In 2002, he rejoined the JLP and in November 2003 was again elected chairman of the party. He was elected leader of the JLP and also the leader of the opposition. On February 20, 2005, succeeding Edward Seaga, Bruce Golding represented 3 different constituencies as a member of Parliament: West St. Catherine, Central St. Catherine, and Kingston West. While serving as Prime Minister, Golding and also hosted Jamaica House Live, a monthly talk show. Prime Minister. Golding, as leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, became Prime Minister following his party's slim victory in the September 3, 2007 general election and Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller's concession of defeat 2 days later. The JLP defeated the People's National Party by a narrow margin of 32 seats to 28, with a turnout of 61.46%. This election ended 18 years of PNP rule, and Golding became the new Prime Minister. Golding was sworn in by the Governor-General of Jamaica on September 11, 2007. Golding was the nation's 8th Prime Minister since independence. In April 2011, Bruce Golding said that Jamaica should break its ties with the British monarchy and become a republic. Speaking during a budget debate, Golding said that transforming Jamaica from a monarchical to a republican state means no disrespect and must not be interpreted this way. Criminal affiliate accusation. An ABC Network article reported that Bruce Golding was a criminal affiliate of Christopher Koch. The article referred to a U.S. government document to sustain its position. Golding categorically denied the accusation, and this U.S. government document has still not been produced. Manet, Phelps and Phillips and Christopher Dudus Koch extradition request. In a sitting of Parliament on March 16, 2010, opposition member Dr. Peter Phillips made reference to an alleged contractual arrangement between the government and a United States law firm Manet, Phelps and Phillips to lobby the U.S. government on a treaty dispute between the 2 countries that had arisen as a result of the Jamaican government refusing to sign an extradition request for Christopher Dudus Koch, who is wanted in the U.S. on charges relating to narcotics, arms, and ammunition. Trafficking. The Golding administration refused to sign the extradition request on the basis that the evidence was obtained contrary to Jamaican laws. Golding denied claims that Mannett, Phelps and Phillips was contracted to represent the Jamaican government. A U.S. Justice Department filing under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, showed that Mannett, Phelps and Phillips had secured a contract worth U.S. $400,000 to represent the Jamaican government in the treaty dispute. Carl Samuda, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, made a statement in which he noted that unnamed members of the Jamaica Labour Party had approached Harold Brady to see whether, through his wide network of international contacts, he could assist in facilitating the opening of discussions between the U.S. authorities and the government of Jamaica, and thereby seek to resolve what had become a treaty dispute between the U.S. and Jamaica. In a statement made by Golding on May 11, 2010, in Parliament, he revealed that he had sanctioned the initiative to lobby the U.S. government, but that the initiative was to be undertaken by the Jamaica Labour Party and not on behalf of the government. Following his revelation, the opposition People's National Party, its youth arm, the PNPYO, and the National Democratic Movement called for his resignation as Prime Minister. Mannett, Phelps and Phillips maintains that they were contracted on behalf of the Jamaican government through Harold C.W. Brady of Brady & Co. and have since severed ties with the Jamaican government. On May 17, 2010, in a televised address to the nation, Golding apologized to the Jamaican people for his involvement in the Mannett affair. He stated that he was prepared to step aside as Prime Minister and leader of the party in a meeting of the party executive. The executive rejected his offer and reassured their support for his role as party leader and Prime Minister. In his statement, he outlined new measures including assigning some of his portfolio responsibilities to other government ministers and a renewed thrust to enact legislation for the impeachment of parliamentary members, term limits for the office of Prime Minister, and political party finance reform. He also confirmed that Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dorothy Lightbourne will sign the authorization for the U.S. authorities to commence the extradition case against Christopher Coke. State of emergency. Following the televised address, supporters of Christopher Coke began erecting barricades to the entrances of the Tivoli Gardens community. This continued for several days as the security forces prepared to enter Tivoli Gardens to serve Coke with the warrant for his arrest. On May 23, 2010, police stations in and around downtown Kingston came under gunfire, and 2 were set ablaze and later burnt to the ground allegedly by supporters of Coke. Following the attack on the police forces, Golding initiated a state of public emergency on May 23, 2010, limited to the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, giving the security forces extraordinary powers to maintain law and order. The Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force mounted a joint operation to enter the community, with the objectives being to arrest Coke, clear the blockades, restore law and order, and recover illegal guns believed to be in the community. The security forces met with armed resistance from thugs later discovered to be hired guns of Coke. The siege lasted for several days and left 73 civilians and 3 members of the security forces, 2 JCF and 1 JDF, dead. 36 weapons and 9,241 rounds of ammunition recovered. Vote of no confidence. Following the revelation that he had sanctioned the initiative for the Jamaica Labour Party to hire U.S. lobbying firm Mannett, Phelps and Phillips, and his handling of the extradition request for Christopher Dudus Coke, members and groups of civil society, church groups and political parties called for his resignation. With the backing of his party, the Prime Minister maintained that he would continue his term as Prime Minister. This prompted the opposition People's National Party to table a motion of no confidence. The opposition leader, Portia Simpson Miller, led the debate in Parliament, outlining the arguments for Golding's removal from office and moving that he be censured. The debate lasted for 4 hours, and at the end the motion was defeated 30-28, with members of the House of Representatives voting strictly on party lines. Resignation. On September 25, 2011, Golding advised the JLP's Central Executive, the second highest decision-making body for the party outside the All-Island General Conference, of his intention not to seek re-election as leader of the Jamaica Labour Party at the party's conference in November 2011 and, upon the election of a new party leader, his intention to step down as Prime Minister. The Central Executive voted unanimously at its quarterly meeting at the party's Belmont Road headquarters on September 25, 2011, to reject Golding's resignation. However, words from the Information Minister Darrell Vaz, a close confidant of Golding, were that Golding's decision would remain, despite the rejection by the Central Executive. Golding, in a brief written statement, said, "The challenges of the last 4 years have taken their toll, and it was appropriate now to make way for new leadership to continue the programs of economic recovery and transformation, while mobilizing the party for victory in the next general election." LGBT. In May 2008, in an interview with Stephen Sacker of the BBC, he declared that any cabinet formed by him would exclude any MP known to be gay. In previous statements, Golding stated that he and his party strongly opposed public displays of homosexuality in Jamaica and that he felt that they should continue to be illegal in keeping with Jamaican societal norms. He justified the illegality of homosexual acts by referring to Christian values and the integrity of the family.